game. High drama from the very beginning, guys. Yes, Tom Brady dealing with the stitches in the hand. Less than 11 minutes to go. Patriots down 20-10. Ryan, how does Brady find Danny Amendola on 3rd and 18?
Here. You see the look off to James White? It opens up a zone in the middle. He makes the big throw. This is because he's done it time and time again.
The critical play for my money in this game later in the drive, Brady Amendola, who had 7 catches, 84 yards, 2 touchdowns. Patriots within 2017. Under 6 minutes to go. Lou, you just knew James Harrison was going to do something, right?
Yeah, look, pressure really makes pipes burst. It also makes quarterbacks make bad decisions and errant throws. And then pressure really doesn't affect some people like Tom Brady, because he knows he had to hit Danny Amendola along the back of the end zone. Bad read by the free safety there, letting Danny get behind him and walk the tightrope along the back of the end line. All DBs know you have to defend the back of the end zone when you're down there in the red area. Tom will make you pay.
Spectacular catch. Patriots grab a 24-20 lead. Right, how would you grade Blake Bortles in this game?
I thought Blake Bortles played well. Other than some plays that the Patriots were able to make, Blake Bortles threw the ball where he needed to on this night.
We've had some fun with him. I know you have specifically throughout the season.
I'm trying to be good to him.
Hey, listen.
I'm trying to be good to him. The last 2 weeks, he's made the necessary plays offensively for Jacksonville. He just missed there to Leonard Fournette down the sideline.
You saw the emotion on both of their faces after the game. Boy, and again, Lou, it's James Harrison. You just knew he would make some big plays.
Yeah, you know, in those critical situations, look, this is really what separates the big-time players from the players who are just average, right? They are able to do it at the most critical moments here, like Stephon Gilmore did right there. That is a big-time play. That justifies paying the money that they paid him to take him away from your team and get the Super Bowl.
Figured it was going to happen, and then
just kind of fell in my lap.
I mean, this was a chance. The Jags had a chance to get the ball back there on 3rd and 9, and instead Dion Lewis busted.
If you're the Jacksonville Jaguars, there are no moral victories in this game. You were up 10 points in the 4th quarter against this team with your best team, your best side of the football, with the opportunity to make plays, and they did not. And right there was a prime example of it.
One thing to remember about the New England Patriots, as much as Tom Brady throws the football around the field, they are a powerful running football team when they want to be. It's actually pretty interesting to watch them close out the game that way.
Brady was never great until he had to be, and really you could say it was the case for the final 10 minutes of this game. Completion percentage through the first 3 quarters was good. A lot of low-risk throws, but then in the 4th quarter he really turned it on. He opened it up. He completed 9 of 14 passes for 138 yards, and the New England Patriots have done it again. The 8th time in the Brady-Belichick era, they are headed back to the Super Bowl after doing it again in come-from-behind fashion.
I think, you know, we always have confidence. We really do. I mean, whether it's the beginning of the game or toward the end, I mean, it's never really over until it's over with this team. So, you know, I was proud of the way we fought. It's a mentally tough team, and we need a lot of mental toughness today, and we found a way to dig deep and get it done, even, you know, on offense without one of our very best players. So it was a great win.
We didn't do a lot of things well in the first half. We didn't play very well defensively. We didn't play very well in the red area. Couldn't convert any 3rd downs. You know, it just wasn't the way we wanted to play the game. Fell behind and made more plays at the end. Played better defensively. Played well in the kicking game. Played well offensively when we needed to. I think that's really the mark of this team and these players is when we need it the most. That's when we played our best. And fortunately, we were able to do that today.
Well, remember coming into this game when there was some controversy, right? There was some mystery around that golden hand of Tom Brady. He had 12 stitches following a bad handoff in practice. He believes the stitches will be removed in the middle of this week, so you can kill all that talk leading up to the Super Bowl. How did it feel, Tom, playing with that tape on that magical right hand?
I'd rather not wear it, but I think it sounds kind of arrogant to say, oh, yeah, it bothered me, and when we had a pretty good game, so I wouldn't say that.
Tom, can you take us through the 3rd and 18 throw to Danny Amendola?
Doesn't that sound arrogant if I said that? It's like when Tiger Woods said like that was my seed game and he won the tournament.
Can you just speak to the resourcefulness of Tom dealing with something like that midweek and then coming out and playing a huge game like that?
I mean, look, Tom did a great job, and he's a tough guy. We all know that, all right? But, I mean, I'm not talking about open heart surgery here.
I mean, that
I love dude, man.
Come on.
That is Bill. That is the best of Bill.
Although it was surgical. And look, I mean, Brady was honest after the game. He said, you know what, I'm not going to make a comment, but essentially he was making a comment by saying that it did affect him.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it affected me, but it affected me. Come on.
Yeah.
We know if you're a quarterback and you have something wrong with your throwing hand, especially in that position, it's going to affect you. But that's one thing about this team. This team is about one play at a time, one moment at a time, and that's what Tom Brady did. He went out and made plays when he needed to, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It has to be timely, and that's what Tom Brady was today.
Yeah, that's how they condition you in Bill's program, which is don't look at the scoreboard, as hard as that is and as cliche as that sounds, but they condition you from the very time you walk into that building and into that program that this really is a one play at a time type of outfit, and that's how they approach things. Just play your best from play to play, and it's funny how if you can really get yourself into that mindset, that's how they come back and win these kinds of games. Obviously, it doesn't help that you have Tom Brady. It doesn't help that you have the greatest coach of all time, who can ascertain what another team is doing and figure out how to attack it better than anybody. He just does.
Yeah.
But you know what?
You can't argue it.
To Lewis's point, like I believe that's a huge thing. When you always hear Bill Belichick talk about the next practice or the next play, sometimes it gets very big picture out there. So if you're a quarterback and you're like, okay, I had the lead, I don't want to lose it, you stop focusing on play-to-play mechanics, on what you need to do to get your team in the huddle, out of the huddle, to the line, in the right play, and make those things happen. I practiced with the New England Patriots my last year in Washington. I remember one-on-ones, a guy doesn't get the right depth on the route, and Tom Brady goes crazy. And to me, I'm sitting on the side, I'm like, well, that's kind of a jerkish move. You're arguing with this guy about being a yard deep in one-on-ones, but it's that type of attention to detail that now applies to the big moments in the game, and that's the way they go about their business.
Another thing I'll add is this. In the most crucial moments, or as the game goes on, once they figure out what your soft spot is and what your sore spot is, they will keep attacking it, and they won't sit there and go, well, we have all these plays that we want to run because we want to look smart and we want to look innovative. No, they'll keep running the same thing, and on defense they'll go, we're not going to go away from trying to take away your best player just because we're having some success. We're going to continue to make him feel like he can't do anything against us, and we'll ride with the other people trying to beat us, and they won't deviate. That's the mental toughness of the coaching staff that then transfers to the players.
The dynamic duo of Brady and Belichick, and we are standing by for the dynamic duo of Chris Berman, Tom Jackson, and Keyshawn Johnson joining the guys this week. They're going to break it all down. NFL primetime coming up momentarily, but we've been talking about the Patriots and yet another double-digit comeback. They do it again on Sunday. It feels like we've seen this before, right? We go back to 2001, guys, when it all started.
The Tuck rule.
The Tuck rule. 13-3 down in the fourth quarter, only to come back and win 16-13 in overtime and start the greatest dynasty this league has ever seen. How about in the Super Bowl versus Seattle, down 24-14 in the fourth quarter? Malcolm Butler, the Super Bowl winning interception. New England wins that one 28-24. And then, of course, Super Bowl 51. Down 28-9 in the fourth quarter to come back and win it 34-28. Tom Brady, down 20-10 in the fourth quarter, leads another incredible comeback today. They come back and beat the Jaguars 24-20. Brady now has as many fourth quarter or overtime comebacks as Joe Montana and John Elway combined.
That's pretty good.
That's not good names.
In this AFC Championship game against the Jags, Patriots tailed by 10 in the fourth quarter. Brady, Amendola, Dion Lewis, 11 playoff game-winning drives in the fourth quarter or overtime.